Breaking now at 5, exclusive new video just into the newsroom of a fiery plane crash in Boca Raton. 3 people are dead and 1 person is injured. You're taking a look at the scene off of North Military Trail. We're told mechanical issues caused the aircraft to crash on railroad tracks. Good evening, I'm Jay Jarvis. Thank you for joining us. We have live team coverage from Boca Raton. Our Rachel Perry talked with several people who were in the area at that time, and our Ari Height talked to a local flight instructor about the plane's path moments before crashing. But we begin with my co-anchor, Todd McDermott. Todd?
Well, Jade, here's what we know. The Cessna twin-engine 310 took off sometime just after 10 a.m. It was in the air for about 20 minutes. And Boca Fire Rescue says there was a call in about 10:10. Some of these numbers, as far as the exact time, are maybe a little off either way. The plane did go down, as you said, in that area just off Military Trail, which I'm standing next to, on the Tri-Rail tracks, right next to the I-95 overpass here, by 10:20. The aircraft, carrying 3 people who all perished, was bound for Tallahassee, but it never really left the airspace of Boca Raton Executive Airport because of what was clearly a mechanical issue. All indications are the pilot circled the airport for several minutes, being able to turn only in one direction, and could not land safely. Reports indicate the pilot was in contact with the airport about that mechanical problem. There is still more information to come on that. When the aircraft plummeted, the impact created an explosion that rattled all the nearby buildings here and the office parks in the area and sparked a giant fireball right there on and just off the Tri-Rail tracks. A car that was passing through drove right through the smoke and flames. The driver hit a nearby tree. We're told that driver is expected to be okay. Non-life-threatening injuries. The mayor of Boca Raton, Scott Singer, spoke about the city's first responders acting so quickly.
In times of tragedy, I'm grateful for the spirit and care that is so strong in our community so we can help all affected get through this as quickly as possible. And grateful again for our first responders and their diligent service always.
Now this area of Military Trail near the Tri-Rail tracks, again, it's right underneath this I-95 overpass, is still closed. The wreckage is underneath a blue tarp. It's about 150 yards from where I'm standing. That's not being moved until investigators go through the wreckage itself. We know the medical examiner was also here. That truck apparently, or car, left. Traffic is shut off between Butts and Northwest 19th Street here right now. Tri-Rail has established what's called a bus bridge for service between Deerfield and Boca Raton for now, and those stations, because they can't get a train on these tracks. Again, that wreckage, some of it is right on the tracks themselves. As I mentioned, that's Transportation Safety Board and FAA are here. NTSB arrived within the last 45 minutes or so. They plan to hold a news conference at about 6 p.m. It will all be very preliminary, but we do want to hear more about what communication there was between the pilot and the tower here in Boca Raton. I want to bring in Rachel Perry now, who's been here for hours. Rachel, as soon as the crash happened, we started getting video from people who rushed out to see it. They saw the plane go down. They saw and felt the impact. What are they telling you?
Well, just like you said, Todd, most saying that they watched the plane getting lower and lower before hearing a loud crash and seeing smoke fill the sky. Now, all of them saying this is just a complete tragedy.
Oh my God.
This was the scene Friday morning.
Holy plane just crashed.
Videos from witnesses on the ground here in Boca Raton show plumes of smoke in the air, flames taking over, and debris covering the area.
Are you okay? Who's in this car?
Emergency vehicles can be heard in the distance, rushing to the scene of the plane crash here on North Military Trail. Soon learning 3 people on board were killed. People in the area watching in complete disbelief.
The building shook. All of a sudden, no internet. Just surreal.
So he's turning base, and we see him. And I say to my instructor, and I say out loud that, he's way too low. And it's incredibly unfortunate. And so he was turning his final leg, which final is right near the airport. So he was coming in trying to land again, and he was just too low. Couldn't make it. Absolutely devastating.
We heard a loud boom and the building shake, And immediately we were kind of continuing to conduct the interview. The girls from the office had run outside and began to, see what was going on, and they recorded some video, but it's just like a complete tragedy.
So we saw a plane, it kept circling, it came very close to our building, right outside of our window, and then we heard a loud bang. I thought it was a car accident at first. That was crazy. That was just crazy.
This guy, I don't know who he is, but we're all living for the same thing, and I know those guys up there were trying their absolute best. There's nothing we can do to criticize them about anything. They were trying their absolute best.
Now we're told this is still an extremely active investigation, but as Todd mentioned, officials are expected to give an update at 6, so stick with us. But for now, live in Boca Raton, Rachel Perry, WPBF 25 News.
Rachel, thank you very much again. This investigation is so preliminary now. This only happened about 5-6 hours ago now. It's an ongoing investigation. We have a lot of speculation, obviously, that you heard there. I want to go down to Ari Height. He talked to a flight instructor, commercial pilot, who knows these planes, about the possibilities when it comes to what happened here. Ari?
Yeah, well, Todd, of course, the FAA and the NTSB are going to be the ones who investigate this, try to figure out exactly what went wrong. However, that pilot that we talked to earlier, he says, in his opinion, it's pretty clear what went wrong. He says this was an engine failure. Let me go ahead now and show you some video that was shot by somebody at the airport earlier this morning. This is just minutes before that plane crash. It's video of the plane, and you will see it's just going around in circles. And we spoke to that pilot, Robert Katz, about this. He's been a commercial pilot and a flight instructor for 43 years. He says the plane took off to the northeast and then immediately started going out of control.
The airplane starts one left turn, followed by another left turn, followed by a third, a fourth, and ultimately a fifth left turn. This is all due to a left engine failure that was not handled properly by the pilot flying.
And here's the thing, Katz says there is no reason why somebody could not have landed that plane with one engine. He says you could easily safely land the plane if one of the engines goes out. He cannot explain why that did not happen in this case. Reporting live in Boca Raton, Ari Height, WPBF 25 News. Todd, back to you.
All right, Ari, as we know, these investigations do take a considerable amount of time, but if the pilot was talking to the control tower, we may learn more very quickly.